Have you ever noticed how your life is just like the Bible? Like you were born and then you got into something and you were like a slave to another. For me, it will be this marriage. Again, nobody put a gun to my head to marry this man. I myself thought it was of God, but how could you know something is of God when you weren't even speaking to God at the time? And then you get in this thing and you're like, man, I'm stuck. There's no way out. Israelites were serving Pharaoh and they were crying out to God. God split the Red Sea and miraculously got them out. Just like he split the Red Sea, allowed me to divorce. And then it's like, and for the divorce part, God hates divorce, which kept you in that marriage that long. And the people would tell God, how you let her get divorced? How you healing someone on the Sabbath? That's against the rules. Divorce is against the rules, God. Remember how you heal someone on the Sabbath. And God would say, is it better to just let the person die or heal them? Is it better to let her stay in a demonic covenant because, quote unquote, it's marriage, even if it wasn't from me? Or do I give her a way out against all odds, against all whatever you feel like the rules are? Okay? And then as the Bible is going, and then now I'm in the moment of, I was in the wilderness and things are starting to trickle down. I wanted to say this as well. Do not despise your manna, because like the Bible really comes alive in your daily life if you look at it, if God gives you his perspective, if you have the Holy Spirit within you. I felt myself starting to curse my manna. Manna would be, oh Lord, how do those people say like they move, no house, no job, no savings, no this, no that. I would like to experience that. Would you really like to experience that? Or God is going to make my enemies my footstool. Would you really like to experience that? So now I've been in this place where God allowed me to pay for it for the first couple of months. And then he took away my job. And so I can really buckle down and he can do what only he can do and will do for me. And in my becoming, he has allowed everything to be paid for. He has allowed everything that I've requested to get to me somehow. There was a very expensive backpack my son was asking me for. And I'm like, oh, well, you'll get it when, you get your grades up or something, to like just hold them off. And it made sense. So I was able to use that. That's a whole word in itself. And then the kind of book bag he wanted, it ended up somehow at my mother's house, and now he has it. And she was like, it's a very expensive book bag. Did you took it? I'm like, yeah, he's been begging me for it. I was asking for an exercise bike. I'm like, Lord, I really need to buy an exercise bike. I know it won't fit in the car, so I don't know how I'm going to bring it home, and then close to where I live, someone had put out an exercise bike. And now I have an exercise bike. It was close enough to my house where I could put it in the car and tie the door some way and bring it home so I could exercise and lose weight, because that's one of the things that God needs me to do as well, and that I wanted to do for myself. So every single thing, there are so many other things that I requested, and miraculously they ended up being given to me as a gift, or I ended up finding it, or someone ended up donating it. All of my bills are paid. Again, right now I'm working unto the Lord, but I started to curse my manna because I had this prophetic word given to me by the Lord before, that all of your good karma, and excuse me if you don't like that word karma, all of your good deeds will come back to you. And I know sometimes it may not be the very same persons that you did good to. He may use other people, but in my case, he has used my ex-husband, the one that is having to, pay the rent and stuff. And even though he's not living here, he has to pay it. Until God allows me to do for myself, which is what I really want. That's the way I was cursing. I was like, Lord, I don't want this man paying nothing for me or whatever. I don't care what he owes me. I don't care how much I sacrificed and for him, or I don't care that he wasn't working one time and I was the only one that could pay the bills. I just want to move all the way on, and he will allow that. I will make that I will make so much that he's allowing me in this time to not make any. And you get closer to God when you see him miraculously doing every single thing that you need, whatever it is, clothes, food, the desires like hair, nails, anything that you want is being done. And I know that something great is coming, but before that thing comes, I just want to say, do not curse your manna. There's these Bible verses like your enemy being your footstool. Again, you use a footstool, and I'm not able to use my ex-husband, the very one that came in just to use me, but it didn't pan out how he had desired. But now I'm able to use them instead, and the hard work of the wicked going to the righteous. I know he'll be glad when it's over, but he's working now, and I'm not, and he has to pay for everything until God releases him from that, I guess. And there's a point where the person wants to do it, because God is amazing. The perspective that you have his perspective, and you know what's going on, but he allows the enemy to have another perspective, as an oppressed, someone that was an oppressor, it's more boastful. I'm the one doing this for you, and I'm the one, and you allow them to boast because you're benefiting from it. Okay, you can continue to boast. So it works out, and it's just so amazing to really see the Bible come alive like that. Be careful what you wish for too. Do not curse your manna. A lot of times we feel like, oh, if I was the Israelites and I just saw 2 big walls of water, when I finally get to the wilderness, or I would not be cursing God, or I would not be cursing the manna given to me to hold me until the promised land. And I was over here I'm so used to making my own money. I'm so used to doing this. I don't want this man to be doing nothing for me after all he's done. And that is not the way. God is you just don't even see that you're living in answered prayers. You're living in a miracle. You're living in the things you asked for this. You asked to see if I could really provide for you without you having to do anything. And yes, I can. I use people. I can use anyone. I can use the very one that came to use you and discard you. I can do that. That's me. I am God. I can, have them give you all the things. And for a person that's not really a giver, that is a miracle, Again, when I say these things, not to bash, it's just really this person, Lord, and yes, even that person. So God is allowing me to say this just to say, do not curse the manna that he is giving you. And something great is coming. Something great is on the way. He allowed you to be humbled now because he's taking you to very high places, and he needs you in a certain mindset. God bless you.